just while that is actually uploading, because that's the hour-long one, to Rehash. Never been a drug user in my life. I've barely drunk alcohol. Thank you for validating my acting skills. 2017 was great. So the scene that I put on the balcony was fantastic. I hope everyone got front row seats because you're going to pay for it. Wasn't depressed, wasn't suicidal. Never threatened suicide, never attempted it. I don't care what other people want to misinterpret because they're fucked up world that they live in. In my less fucked up world, don't walk your muddy shoes through my mind, which means don't project your issues into my life. Okay? Otherwise, I'm someone that's going to fuck you over and make you pay for it. Yeah, and when I was getting lied about and then have got monitored and surveillance, which is hilarious, I put on the best acting scene I could possibly do. So I could catch wankers of people out. Stephanie DeSalis, my biggest enemy, for one. Mark Hanna. Well, Brett Aikenhead, that deadbeat loser that I brought my dog from. His friend Peter Fry, who harassed me in 2016, that was all acting. Then you've got Linda Jeffries, my hairdresser who, thought she was entitled to involve herself into my life. So, no. Don't use drugs. I'm one of these people that is almost Islam, seriously. Which I don't know why people thought I was anti-Islam, because that's hilarious. Here's another issue I would tell you. My mother's side are just fuckwits. So my hair this is how I actually naturally look if I don't put highlights through it and make it look lighter. I look like my pops, Dandy Fleming. Well, not exactly like him, look similar. Still going to rehash. I'm going to do this really quickly and keep it on 3 minutes. And my dad's side of the family, the Fleming side, do actually support Islam a lot. They're big supporters of Islam. I'm not saying they're Islam, but they're big Islamic supporters. My cousin Jessica, when she was dating Hassan, I always thought she was going to marry Hassan. She ended up separated from Hassan and went with a Brazilian guy, which is Chris, which is who she had Liliana, my second cousin too. So Liliana's part Brazilian. But she was with Hassan for a long time. And so we've all grown up around a lot of Islams and Arabs and so forth. It's probably going to throw back Dad's father. Who knows? Who knows? And I'm not going to touch on to the subject of nationalities again. It's no one's business except for me, my dad's side of the family. But as for me being someone that is anti-Islam, I'm not. So my dad's side, my father's side of the family, they're not Roman Catholic like me. See, I'm Roman Catholic, so there were some things where they obviously thought that because of my Roman Catholic upbringing, I was anti-Islam. I'm not. I've actually studied Islam back during my schooling of religious studies and religious education. And I'm going back to St. Aidan's in Woody Hill. But I am raised Roman Catholic. As for my mother's side, they want to make up stories about trying to be Islam. It's like, maybe you guys should get together because you both contradict your stories. So no, I don't. So there's that. But I don't have any problem with Islam. I think it's a beautiful religion. I think it's something that's much needed in Australia with the issues that we have in Australia, especially with the issues of alcohol. And I'm someone that's never been a drug alcohol user. That's my mother's second husband's family. But when it comes to me playing the biggest prank I could possibly do from 2016 to 2018, I did tell everyone, watch the film. So watch my acting scenes from Screenwise, because I studied acting for film and television at Screenwise in 2006, and I've got the footage from class. Watch that, and then watch the film that Jeremy Patterson wrote, and I was in, we used my place as the set. It was just a low budget film, just for a film festival. Watch that. What I did in 2007, because I'll be using techniques I learned from that film to play the biggest pranks on you dickheads. And if you keep this behaviour going towards me, it's going to cost you. So I've covered all this. I don't want to make this longer than that in the hour-long video, including making it perfectly clear. My mother's going to keep saying, my mother started this trouble, projecting her second husband's family. He's high, he uses drugs. So what I was doing was going to Dr. Baker and Professor Brew and there is no report. So my mother just does this, which police were told, I'm going to ring police now as soon as I finish this, and say, okay, again, you've been told every weekend I'm going to keep calling you and say if anyone remotely affiliated with my mother, Carol Purdy, or her deadbeat, scummy scrubber daughter, that's the junkie, Faith Rackley, comes to Sydney, you're meant to arrest them. So no, I don't use drugs. I'm not high, never been a drug user. And there is so many toxicology reports that back it up. And everyone sat back and listened to my deadbeat mother with her scam. She did this in America. So in April 2019, I did the same little prank. It's like, are you serious? No one's ever going to arrest Carol for her bullshit. Like, seriously, she literally projected her second husband's family's issues onto me, and it was believable because these people know her second husband's family. That's the only reason why it stuck. Because they know her second husband, Mark Rackley. They know her stepson, Daniel Rackley. They know Faith Rackley, the daughter she had with her second husband. They know all of their issues. And that's the only reason. That's the only reason that it stuck. And I've been saying this since 2015. I'm like, so you're getting Carol's scam again. Like, when will Carol get arrested for fraud or scamming or scheming or breaking privacy laws or prying laws because she's broken prying laws or confidentiality laws? Like, when will police do their job? And I'll tell you this, and I'll leave it now, it's gone over 5 minutes, leave it there. The more police don't do their job, the more I'm going to email government departments and complain about the police not arresting these people, including the people in my area. And the more I'm going to email the Law Enforcement Conduct Commission and say, well, here's the facts. Because you've harassed me and said, but police didn't take a formal statement. I said, no. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to email detectives and the police force the exact information that I said back in 2015 and 2016 and 2017. Then I'll forward that email on to you to show you that they are aware I've made these statements. They're well aware I've been making these statements over the years. And here's all the record, even though they didn't take it formally, but here's the back and forth emails from me and the police force. Here's my diary notes of every time I've rang the police. And here's my phone records of every time I rang the police. So you do know. So even if they haven't taken a formal statement, you know I have rang the police and said this. So that way I can complain to the Law Enforcement Conduct Commission about police not arresting these people, including the people in my street. And I've done this for years. So I'm like, no, look, man, you're given, one chance and that's it. Oh, my mother, that's why I stopped believing Amanda, my twin sister. Won't believe her again. She's too manipulated by Carol. She's brainwashed by her. Absolutely brainwashed. And I can't believe Amanda has anything to do with a half-caste piece of shit that my mother had with the second husband. I wouldn't have anything to do with the fucking Rackleys. They're low-life scumbag, junkie, fucking losers of people with issues. Depression, Faith Rackley, her whole Rackley father's side of the family had deep-seated depression, suicide. This is what got projected into my life because of the Rackleys. Suicide, drug use, cannabis use, and alcoholism. And I've been dragged into this because of the Rackleys, and I'm not related. I've been absolutely dragged into this for the last 9 years, and I'm not related to my mother's second husband's family. Her stepson had so many suicide attempts, depression, issues with abusing his ex-partner, the mother of his children. Like, this is on social media even. Alcoholism, cannabis use, ice use. Faith Rackley was the same. And I've had it dragged into me because of my stepfather's family. It's their DNA, not mine. So I'm not going to stand for it. So I've made several statements to police. I will keep ringing them, and every time I ring them, I put a little report together, what was spoken to on the phone, and I send it off to the Law Enforcement Conduct Commission each time. Oh, and I'm going to start including the opposition government department into this as well now.